Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Um, Here's my second video about my prostate cancer journey. Today's the 24th of April, and just briefly, if you're watching for the first time, I'm Phelan Moran. I live in Dublin in Ireland, and I was diagnosed with inoperable prostate cancer on the 5th of October 2023. I had the prostate cancer diagnosis itself on the 21st September. Then had a PET scan a week later to determine if the cancer had gone beyond the prostate gland, and that PET scan result came back and on the 5th of October, as I say. The professor dropped that bombshell that it had spread into my lymph nodes in my pelvis. It was Gleason score 9, high grade inoperable prostate cancer, because the pelvic lymph nodes were inaccessible. Surgery without a question. So my way forward was treatment. When you hear inoperable prostate cancer, your world kind of falls apart there and then. Not for long in my case, because once I saw my oncologist for the first time, I felt this inoperable didn't mean terminal. My way forward has been treatments. Again, just a brief recap. 18 months ago, I started on hormone treatment. That was the plan. It was a 2 to 3 year hormone treatment in the form of daily tablets and a quarterly injection. So the hormones immediately got to work, and my PSA, which was 10 at diagnosis, began to come down thanks to the hormones immediately. Then, thanks to 39 sessions of radiotherapy in December 2023 and January 2024, the radiotherapy with the assistance of the hormones took my PSA down dramatically. So much so that a month after my radiotherapy finished in February 2024, the word they used was the PSA was suppressed, and by April, that had gone to undetectable, below 0.03. And more accurately, again, with the St. Luke's Oncology Centre in James's Hospital, it was below 0.01. The usual reading, though, was 0.03, and it has been that now for over a year. So that was really, really encouraging, that between the hormones and the radiotherapy, the PSA had plummeted to undetectable levels. So yesterday I had a scheduled appointment with the hormone oncologist. Like I said, the hormone plan was 2 to 3 years. So being 18 months in, I wanted to know, or could they tell me, would it be 2 years or would it be 3? I didn't get to ask that question because the oncologist said to me, it was a phone conversation, she said, given that my PSA has been undetectable for a year, given everything else has been good, my response to the radiotherapy and the hormones has been excellent. So she told me that the next scheduled appointment in October with the hormone oncologist, the consultant, Dr. Corrigan, who I didn't speak to yesterday, I spoke to one of our doctors, but I will speak to Dr. Corrigan in October, 2 years into the treatments, the hormones. She said my plan is to be discharged in October 2025. My wife Louise and I, we kind of looked at each other. Did she say discharged? And she did. As I say, given the PSA being undetectable for so long, and everything else being well, other than my fatigue from the hormones, she said her research and experience would suggest someone in my case coming off the hormones after 2 years with such an undetectable PSA would have a successful outcome. So again, to hear those 2 words, successful outcome, was amazing to hear. So that was pretty much the kernel of the discussion. Now, Louise, my wife, had really struggled with my diagnosis, and understandably so, because I'm her carer. Louise has had various illnesses of different degrees the last number of years. And going back to our first meeting with the radiation oncologist in St. James's, Dr. Gancho, Louise asked him, did I have 5 years after the bombshell of a diagnosis of inoperable prostate cancer? Dr. Gancho replied, I wouldn't be giving him the treatments if I didn't think he had that. Now, Louise interpreted that as being, I only had 5 years. I vehemently disagreed with Louise about that's what it meant, but that was her interpretation of it, and I get that. And so Louise was really struggling in her own mind that I only had 5 years from October 2023. So hearing those words yesterday from the oncologist, that I will hopefully be discharged once my PSA doesn't start creeping up again between now and October, and there's no reason to suggest it will. Once that stays undetectable, I'll be off the hormones and discharged. So after the meeting, after I shed a few tears of joy and relief, Louise said to me her fears over 5 years had washed away. So that was significant as well, for both of us. So yesterday was a day of real elation, relief, joy, gratitude, massive gratitude. And yeah, so all being well, as I say, 6 months down the road, if the PSA remains undetectable, I'll be off my hormones, and please God, out of those woods. There won't be any further scans once my PSA remains as it is, but my radiation oncology team will probably continue to monitor me in the form of PSA tests, blood tests, which is good. But as far as hormone oncology is concerned, as I say, fingers crossed, all being well, please God, the hormones continue to do the work they've done for me for the last 18 months. The PSA remains undetectable. Come around about the middle of October, that'll be me free to go. So that's where we are, folks. I'm back writing as well. I'm writing my third blog. I started writing again in March. I probably won't publish it until October happens with Dr. Corrigan. But yeah, because things have been on my mind the last couple of months in terms of cancer and my journey, and other people who we've lost along the way the last few months. So that's currently taking shape, my third and hopefully last cancer blog. Or maybe it won't. I might keep writing about it into the future. Just a final reminder, folks, men especially over 40, get your bloods done. I'm imploring you, I'm begging you, I'm telling you, get your bloods done. I had no symptoms until my annual blood test showed up prostate cancer. Showed up a high PSA, which led to a diagnosis of prostate cancer. So please, men and women, if you're watching, get your partner, your husband, your brother, your father, your boyfriend, whoever it is, get to that GP. Get your bloods done. Ask for a PSA test. Health is wealth, folks. Honest to God, health is wealth. Yesterday's consultation for me, that was winning the lotto yesterday. For me to know I'm 3/4 through this journey now, and please God, in October, my cancer journey will be finished. So it's a happy day yesterday, happy day today. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. Share, like, get your bloods done. Peace out, folks. Good health to y'all. Salam.